and welcome to our bonus tutorial this evening. It's Amy from Seriously Sweet and Cookie Snack Attack. If you haven't had a chance to sign up for text alerts before our live streams, you can do that by texting the word live stream to the phone number 540-870-0726. How is everyone tonight? So excited to see you. Hi, I hope you're liking that new countdown timer. It gives me enough time to get everything shared to the appropriate places. I'm going to leave that little ticker at the bottom in case anybody needs it. You guys like my new readers? Well, I could tell you a story about what happened to my favorite reading classes, but let's just say they've gone by the wayside. So I had these pink and black ones that I picked up sometime back, I think just at the Dollar Tree. So they're okay. They're a little 1950s looking, but they're going to get us through tonight. How are you? Let's go say hello to a few people. And then I thought it would be fun. Well, I don't know if it's going to be fun for me. It might be stressful for me, but I thought you guys might enjoy watching a little something that I want to do for you tonight. I had this really cool cookie order for this week, and it's geode cookies. And it was one of the very first cookies I learned how to make when I started making cookies. And I had an order for some geode cookies. And so those cookies are all done and through the dehydrator. And I had extra dough. So I took the extra dough and did something odd with it. And then, so I'm going to show you some speed decorating tonight. I thought we'd actually do some speed decorating if you're up for it. But let me say hi. And by the way, are you on Facebook? Are you viewing from Facebook? Did you see we're finally eligible for stars? Woohoo! So excited. That's like the first thing that you can do when you qualify for monetization on Facebook. So I saw that the pin, you set everything up ahead of time, and I saw the pin that we were finally eligible for stars. So it should have shown up like as a pinned thing during, it says something like during this broadcast. Yes, there we go. During this broadcast, you can support my page by sending stars, a digital gift that helps me earn money. So they have all these cool things you can pick, and it sets it all up for you. And so it was like relatively tech easy. I was super excited. I hope you guys are too. Hey, Nimrose, how are you? I'm glad you made our live tonight. Hi, Becky, how are you? My pup is doing so great. Listen, y'all, do you want to hear a funny Anna Lynn story? So someone sent stars. Oh, who sent the first? You guys are so great. Okay, so Nimrose and Barbie sent the first stars that I ever received. So let's always remember that in case it becomes a thing. Thank you, ladies. Would you like to hear a fun Anna Lynn story? Let me go down through here and see who's with us. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Judy. Hi, Deborah. Myra, hey, how are you? I know it's a weird night for me to be on. Maritza, how are you doing tonight, honey? You staying busy? You got to keep yourself busy. Hi, Barbie. Bobby's here. Barbie's here. Sharon, hello. Becky is here. You do like that new countdown music? Me too. So I have a 5-minute, a 3-minute, and right now I think a 90-second. So I'm I'm using the 5-minute until I get used to all the extra things I'm doing before we start. And as soon as I get faster at everything and my checklist goes faster, I'll pull it down to the 3-minute. But at least it gives you guys time to like get everything together and get in front of a viewing station of some sort. Hey, Cindy. Hi, Camille. Hi. I was just so excited that it worked. Hello there. Hi, Dawn. How are you? There's Barbie saying hi to everybody. Cindy's here. Facebook stars. I know, Cindy's so cool, right? So fun. There we go. Hello, hello. Hi, Kat. How are you? Who's my Facebook users tonight? Tell StreamYard it's okay to use your name so I can make you part of the video. Maritza, you're baking too. I'm so excited that all my cookie orders are done so I can play for a little bit. I really love that. So the fun Anna Lynn story. Let me tell you about my pups. First of all, my pups are all from the same mom and dad. And the mom dog is purebred Bichon, and the dad dog is purebred Pomeranian. So we call them Parmesans because they're actually half and half. And they are like multiple sizes, but they all really look the same, except for Miss Anna Lynn. Anna Lynn has the coloring if her hair gets too long, because they really have hair and not fur. Um, she has the coloring on the tips of her hair like a Pomeranian. So she has this real pretty ginger color and little black tips on her ears. But she has these great ears. They're like they're floppy, like they're really tall, but they flop over and they have this long hair. Anyway, she is a drama queen and a half, this one. Hey, Tracy. Hi, Judy. So we go to the vet's office because her 2-week follow-up from her surgery was Wednesday. And hey, Brenda, how are you tonight? So funny. We go to the vet's office, and this is my super smart puppy. Like, they're all really smart dogs, but this one's super, super smart. Okay. So Anna Lynn, hey, Peggy. Hi, Sue. Hi, Larry. She's something else. So she's the one that's going to make sure she tortures me to make sure that I am suffering as much as she suffers. And I swear, if things got reincarnated, this dog was an English queen or princess. I'm just telling you, it's how it is. We're at the vet's office, and she is like clutching me when we first get there, because the last time she was there, I left her, right, for massive surgery. And hey, Robin. Hi, Tracy. So I go in the vet's office with her, and she looks like she's about to have a panic attack. She's like glued to my shoulder, claws in like a cat would be. Okay. Then she's okay when she sees, I don't know if I'm allowed to say her name. So I'll say vet tech. I think she's the vet tech, but it's a really nice young lady from our area who Anna really likes. So she sees her, she starts calming down a little. But as soon as they take her from me to take her to the back to get her stitches out, she's so chill and relaxed and like, oh, I'm the center of attention and everyone is paying attention to me. And she's just sitting up so pretty, and her chest is out and her ears are up, and she's doing that thing that she does with her eyes. And then she sees the vet, and she loves her vet, Dr. Smith. She thinks he is like the greatest thing since sliced bread. So then she is just like, all over him while he's checking out her stitches. Now, if I tried to touch the stitches or do any cleaning the last 2 weeks, you would have thought I was killing her. The vet wants to look at him, and she just sits there, and then she takes her paw and puts her paw up and holds her paw like this, like kiss my hand, just for everyone. And just the behavior, you guys, drama, drama, drama. So when I'm peeking around the door that they're standing at, because I'm like, oh, I see how you're being, like all this great dramatic event. She's down here listening to me. I'm sure she knows I'm talking about her. All this dramatic event when I'm present. So when they said, do you want to do this, take the stitches out in here, or should we take her to the back? I was like, please take her to the back, because you're going to get them out a lot quicker if I'm not around. So then, of course, the spoiling. I had to start the spoiling because we've been through this major trauma. Anyway, she's crazy, and she definitely was like doing her princess routine at the vet's office, but we got through it. She's doing fantastic. She's recovered very quickly. She no longer looks like Frankenstein, thank God, because she had to have surgery on the top of her head, and I thought it was going to be simple. No joke, you guys. I was not prepared for this at all. I thought it was going to be a simple slice this little mole thing off and she's done. It ended up being a 4-inch long incision. Hey, Barbara. Hi, Charlotte. How are you guys doing? Hi, Peggy. It ended up being this 4-inch long incision with a whole bunch of stitches. And when I saw her, oh, my heart, I thought I was going to pass out or have a heart attack. I don't know, because I was like, what happened? But she's recovering great. Her hair's coming back. She is feeling frisky and happy. So glad we got everything done. Thank you all so much for asking about her. I know I've been super stressed, but she's doing great. So let's get into some cookies, unless you have anything that you want to tell me. Does anybody want to tell me anything great tonight? Anybody have any particularly good news? All right, well, first I want to say, for what I'm about to show you, this was just all scraps of dough, because when I make geode cookies, I roll my batch of dough out in a 2-gallon Ziploc bag and I freeze it. And then instead of cutting out shapes for my cookies, I break them. Okay. I hope that makes sense. My dough's frozen, so I break it. So I get these really great rough edges. So I made all the cookies that I needed to make. Hey, Samantha, how are you? I made all the cookies that I needed to make for the order for the week. And then I had just extra scrap dough where I broke off pieces to make them come out a certain way. And let's celebrate this because Becky's missing Valentine box showed up today. I don't know if you know the story behind this, but she lives in a very nice neighborhood. They have locked mailboxes and her package showed delivered. But when she went to the lockbox to get her package, there was no package. So then when she tracked it, it showed it was delivered. And we're like, well, how's that possible? You have a lockbox. What do we do? Then we discovered that it looked like it went to an empty lot in the subdivision that there's no house on. I think it was an empty lot in the subdivision. And then the post office was like not concerned at all about helping her, which was not helping either one of us because we were like, okay, well, what do we do? Hello, Karen. So I had rounded up some more fondant molds as backup. I know I didn't have duplicates of everything, but I had a few of the fondant molds to get to her. Anyway, some very nice person who received her box, not in her neighborhood, not near the address they said they delivered it to, nowhere near her where she lived, brought her box today. And so I guess Becky's going to get her some cookies as a thank you, but I was super excited that her box showed up because so far we've got a good track record with the boxes. Okay, back to the cookies. Let's go back to the cookies. So this is just my regular sugar cookie dough. It does not normally look like this. So I've said all of that stuff about how I make the geode cookies because I like the rough edges on them. And I'll post pictures of them, the finished cookies, later. But this is just corners, and I literally just laid them down and pressed them together. And I didn't refreeze it. I didn't re-break the edges. I just thought it'd be fun to make a couple of extra to take a nice photograph tomorrow because I really like to photograph the cookies out in the sun. But I won't be able to do that with the cookies. I won't be able to grab a picture of the cookies that were done for the order because they'll be picking up early. So anyway. Let's jump in here. You don't need a lot. You don't need to be anything above beginner level. It could be the first time you ever make cookies and you will make beautiful geode cookies. I promise you. These are super fun to make. Kids love them. Adults love them. They're really great, especially like for kids' science classes. They're great for DIY kits if you like to make kits. So I just thought I'd jump on, show this to you guys. Hey, Fran, how are you? Sabine, hello. How are you? Say hello in the video feed so that I can put it up on the camera. I thought it might be fun to show you these because there's a lot of people that watch the tutorials, but they haven't actually made cookies yet. I didn't realize that was a thing, but I've been getting messages lately that you love to watch the lives, but you haven't actually put hand to the plow yet to make cookies. So I want to encourage you to make cookies. I promise you, once you start making them, you're going to fall in love with it. There's just so many different things you can do. And I know what most beginners are really worried about is that they won't make a cookie that measures up to everybody else's cookies. Well, there's two things about that. The first thing is let that go. Your cookies don't have to measure up to anybody else's cookies. You will have a great time making cookies no matter how long you've been making them. So just let that go. I give you permission tonight to release that and just embrace your inner cookie artist and get started. And this project, number 2, super easy. Even if you don't do it exactly like you do mine, I promise they will come out good because it's super easy to do. So let's go through really quick what you need in order to do the cookies. And then we'll pop back and then you can time me while I do 6 of them really quick so that you can see that not only are these attractive, but the actual icing part goes quickly. Now, having said that, for people that actually cookie, do not forget to include the time that it takes you to hand break the cookies. So because that adds another layer to the elements of what you're doing. Hey, Becky. It adds another layer of time to what you're doing to make the cookies look super spectacular, right? Let's see what Donna's saying here. Donna's saying, I used my airbrush for the first time. Kid in a candy store. I know. I love it. Fretting not needed. Let it go. Just get something out and start. So if you're cookieing for profit or you're cookieing for volume, whether you're charging or not, you do have to figure in the additional step of what I did to the dough before I actually got to this point, okay? But once you're at this point, so fast. So I thought you guys might have a little fun timing me doing 6 of these tonight, and we'll see how they come out and if you like them. So first of all, also, let me say this. You know, this is just scraps that I slapped together. I didn't refreeze it. I didn't break it to make crazy edges. My cookies don't normally look like this, but I just had some extra dough and it was frozen. So I just kind of patted it down and made lumps of it. And I thought, oh, I'll save those for tonight to do a quick bonus video, get somebody started. In my area, we're going to get snow again this weekend. Potentially 9 to 11 inches, I think was the latest snow report. Now, I don't trust the weather apps. I think it's great that people are meteorologists, but seriously, you get paid whether you're right or wrong. So, you know, hey, it says 100. Hey, Carolyn, how are you? It says 100% chance of snow. I never go by the percentage. I actually just flip the blinds on the window and look outside and see what's happening. I try to be prepared and use that as like a warning system, but I never actually count on it. So I'm going to enjoy being happy that the snow is coming right now because I still feel like potentially we're really going to get snow. But, you know, everything could change in a heartbeat and it might go to straight rain. It might be, you know, it could be anything. So hopefully we'll have nice snow. And if we do, I'll get you some great pictures this week. And I've been saving some cookies so that I could do something fun out in the snow. So I hope we get snow. That's what I hope. And if any of you guys are meteorologists, I'm just poking a little fun tonight. Please don't get upset with me. But you know I'm right. I'm telling the truth. You get paid whether you're right or not. You're just not accountable. You don't have to be accountable for whether the weather changes or not. Okay. So here's what we're doing tonight. I've got some just scrap cookies made, okay? And then I'm using sterling pearl super silver, FDA approved. Ooh, let me get up to the camera, see if it'll refocus for you. Oh, I don't know. Let me see. There we go. It's so hard to get it to refocus when there's other stuff down here. It just doesn't want to. Anyway, let me read it to you. Maybe it'll come into focus. There we go. 100% edible, food coloring, made in USA, super silver. It's a sterling pearl because they have different lines of products. And over on this side, it's got the ingredients that are in it, okay? All right, love this stuff. So I just have a little baby jelly jar that came from the breakfast buffet when we were at CookieCon in Dallas. The jar was just this little teeny tiny thing, and I thought, oh, perfect for my silver. So I've got a little bit in there, and if, just to give you another heads up, if you're a cookier, some people just really don't like, you're having 70-degree weather. What? Oh, yes. That's so fun. Hey, so anybody that just joined us, thank you for sending stars. We just became eligible for stars. How fun is that? So I don't know. I feel like that's like a bonus when they go up and you see them flash on the screen. It's really fun. So anyway, when I'm doing cookies that I know are for kids, just so that I don't even have to broach the subject with the parents, because of the technique I'm about to do, and because it directly hits the cookie and not the icing, I always use lemon extract in with my sterling pearl when I'm doing cookies that I know for sure are for kids. I know the alcohol evaporates, but I just don't want to even have to have that conversation with parents. So my earlier cookies I did with lemon extract, but now I'm home in my cookie studio doing videos, and what I have here is Everclear. So I did Everclear with my super pearl tonight, and I have a food safe Wilton brush, and you can see it's just the basic squared off tip on this, okay? And then I have 3 colors of icing tonight. I have a navy blue, I have Wedgwood blue, and I have white. And then I've gathered 2 sugars. Okay, I have some rock candy, which I bought in bulk off Amazon, just crystallized rock candy. Okay, now listen, when you go shopping for this, make sure that you zoom in and look at the pictures, because I ordered about a year ago, I ordered 4 different kinds of rock candy off Amazon. One of them was a much cheaper price, but when it came in, it was these mini sugar cubes. So it didn't look, I wanted this look for the project I was working on. Can you guys see these? See how they look like actual crystallized rock candy? So more like the center of an amethyst geode would look. So this is what I wanted, but it was actually the last one that I found. Then I ordered another one that said it was rock candy, but when it came in, it was actually just organic sugar. And it didn't do what I needed it to do. And then I ordered another one, and when it came in, the pieces were way too big. So then I had to break out the coffee grinder and get those pieces ground down, and I just didn't enjoy the mess it made. And then this last batch that I got, when it came in, I got 5 pounds of it. I should have ordered more immediately because I'm sure it's much more expensive now, but I absolutely love this. This is perfect. And it makes it, you can pull the chunks off the cookie if you just want to have them like a hard candy, or you can eat them right on the cookie, or you can just pull them off if you don't want to eat them. Some people don't like that much sugar cluster, so we're going to keep that to a minimum. And then I also have this beautiful sparkling sanding sugar. It's a coarse grade, not a fine grade. I said sanding sugar, but it's really a coarse grade sugar. It's still in the sanding sugar family, but it's the coarse grade. So it's much bigger crystals. Okay, so this is silver, and you can see it's sparkly. It's already got the mica mixed in it. So I did not feel the need to use diamond dust on everything. And this is why, because there's already mica in here and it's already sparkly. And because we're going to do 2 things with our super silver. So let's hold on one second, because I'm not going to have enough white in that bag. So let me open another bag. My project today, when I was doing these, it went so fast. I was almost disappointed. I was like, oh, I wish I'd had to make 100 of these, because it just went by so fast. I was done in a blink. Well, not really a blink. I had to make the icing. Of course, you're doing the cookies, all of that. But I mean, the decorating part, I was having so much fun. And then it was like, oh, I looked up and I was done all of a sudden. All right. Now, I'm not going to be as careful with these as I am with a customer order, because these are just scraps and something extra. But I thought this might be fun. Is there anybody on that? Hey, Patrice, how are you? Denise, thank you for the stars. Oh, that's so fun. Thank you for sending stars. I just love it. I love it. I was so excited when I saw that we were eligible. I filled everything out right away. So I was super, super excited about that. And Nimrose and Barbie were the first 2 to send stars. That's so exciting. All right. Let's see. Okay. So who's on that's willing to be my timer tonight? Because I'm going to do these as fast as possible. Oh, by the way, do you guys like my new jacket? I got a little bit of new apparel in for CookieCon. This is a zip-up fleece. It's like a polar type jacket. It's the perfect color pink. It's the same pink that's in my logo. And it's from Custom Ink here in Virginia. It's a company my brother-in-law works for, and I just love their products and their printing. If you ever want to check them out, it's customink.com. They do all kinds of custom things. In fact, when COVID first started, we held they do fundraisers for different things. And so we did a t-shirt fundraiser through them and raised a good bit of money that month so that people could get my store t-shirt, the one that I wear in the store. I get all of my stuff that I wear in the store from them, and I just love it. It's great quality items. They last forever, super soft. And this is one of my new pieces. I thought potentially there'll still be snow in March in Reno, so I'm not going to be busting out the hot pink suede boots. I'm going to stick more with my Uggs and my Vans, my hot pink Vans. And so I thought I needed some actual hot pink apparel pieces so that you can find me easily. Kelly, if you're on the Facebook feed for Seriously Sweet on Davis Street, there's an option for stars. If you're in the Cookie Snack Attack group, I haven't figured out how you can send stars through the group yet, because it's usually attached to pages. So I signed up, did everything. I'm hoping it becomes an option since we're trying this, okay? I know I matched the pink on the alert, which that pink matches the pink in my logo because I did that little eyedropper thing. That's how I grabbed that. But I was so excited about this, and it's so toasty warm. Oh, so nice. All right, Cindy, you ready to go? Here we go. So I'm going to put some gloves on though, guys, because I don't want to get this silver all down in my fingernails. Okay. That drives me crazy. So these are not for anybody though. I know I only wear gloves in videos when the cookies are for somebody. These are literally scrap cookies. I just thought this would be fun to do tonight. Spend a little bit of time with you since I had everything prepped, but I don't want this metallic all over my fingernails. Okay. All right. Who's ready? Are we ready? All right. We're going to do 6. I'm going to go fast. I'm not going to answer questions, and hopefully I won't start humming. Okay, go. So a little bit. I'm just grabbing the silver. I'm not getting it in every crevice because it looks better if it's not in every crevice. But what I want to accomplish is silver around the edge. And I want to be about a 1/4 inch in on the cookie. Okay. So, and it doesn't matter if it runs onto the cookie, just let it go where it's going to go. It needs to be nice and loose, not like you normally paint with these metallics or super pearls, right? We don't want it to be a full-on finish. This is why I wished I'd had 100, because I was like really testing my skills earlier today, like how fast I could get through the cookies. I really wanted to see if I still had it. I was okay. I was okay with myself by the time I got done. So you see, I've got it very loose in there because I want it thin. Now, honestly, guys, I can't taste the alcohol on these cookies anyway. When you eat them after the fact, I can't, but I never take that chance with kids. And I don't like to have that conversation with parents, which is why I said what I said in the video about just use the lemon extract, because it doesn't flavor either. You can't taste it. All right, so you see I'm jamming it in there. You see I'm not being careful at all, right? So if I were doing a big order, am I talking faster because I'm working faster? Hey, Vicky. If these were for an order and I was doing a big order, I would do all of the painting first on every single cookie. But then for my icing, I would just work on my icing in 6 at a time, because we're basically doing something very similar to wet on wet. Okay, let's take this off. I'm going to leave the cookies right where they are. You guys hang with me. I'm starting with my dark blue. Watch how easy this is. Seriously, guys, watch. I've got a nice flood icing. Watch. I think this would be a great idea. Like I've always wanted to do this at my store because I sell so many cupcakes, but then COVID crashed us, so I had to not be open, the storefront not open. But I've always wanted to have how many cupcakes can Amy actually ice in a day? Because I'm super speedy at cupcakes. I've done them so long and done hundreds and hundreds in a day when it's busy season. So you see what I'm doing? Yep. No? Hope you can see it. I'm not going to move the cookies around though. So I thought this would be fun. Sometime we should have some kind of how many cookies can you flood? Okay, on to color 2. This is my lighter color. Now, seriously, I'm going for speed here, you guys. This is not how I decorate the cookies I do for the store. I definitely take more time and more attention to detail. But my point for all of you newbies who have messaged me in the last week and said, hey, I just joined your group. I've never decorated a cookie in my life. My point tonight is specifically for you. Let everything that's holding you back go and start decorating cookies. Okay, for real. Look, these are so pretty. Third color. Because the key to all of this, you guys, is what I tell you all the time. It's all about icing consistency and planning your designs. If you have a skill that everybody else is doing, but you just can't accomplish that, fine. Find a way to work around it. If you don't want to use a projector because it bothers your eyes, then learn how to make stencils and do swiping of the same thing. It's going to look beautiful. Just don't get held back by the things you can't do. Focus on the things you can. All right, third color of icing is down. All right, a little bit of the rock candy in the white part, just a few. One falls off, grab it. Okay, just a few in the white. This part you kind of have to slow down a little bit for because you want to try to keep it in the white. You don't want to be throwing it all over the whole cookie. Let me pull this one off. And you see I never picked up a scribe. I didn't have to pick up a scribe because my icing is a good consistency. So when I had that big batch of cookies to do, I did check that on a scrap piece before I ever got started. Look how many times I've dropped stuff in the icing, but you're not going to be able to tell. All right, we're on to our final sugar. And there's one additional thing we're going to do to these cookies that I'm going to do as part of this video that I did not do with the other cookies yet, because normally I would tell you to let these dry, but we're going to come back and bust out our silver. If you were doing these for a customer, let the whole cookie set up. But I usually come back and I just the tiniest little bit on top of the big pieces of rock candy. All right, I'm almost done. Cindy, I hope you've got your timer ready. You'll have to tell me how long it took for these. What's great about the geode cookies, can you guys see, because I painted the silver, I was able to use a looser icing, so I didn't have to use the scribe. Time. What's my time? What's my time for 6, you guys? Hey, Bambi, I totally forgot to call the other night, but I have not forgotten you, and I will call, I promise. It's been stressful with Anna, but all things are well now, so I will be calling you. Okay, so what I was going to tell you is, see how some of the icing's coming off? Doesn't matter because it's a geode cookie. So 6 cookies, 6 minutes. That's not too bad, is it? Do you guys think that's a good time? I don't know how long everybody spends. Now, my ones for the customers, I promise you, they didn't go this fast because I was being very particular. But my point is for the new people. Just let it go and start making cookies. Start with this cookie. Give them away to the kids. They're going to go crazy for these. But look, even where my icing... Oh, and also, by the way, the cookies for the customer are totally flat. So they weren't humped like this, which is causing the icing to run. I got to say, I kind of like, hey, Barbara, your name is showing. I kind of like that it's running off, but my cookies normally don't have these cool humps. They're not normally that thick. It's normally flat, like when I talked about earlier about breaking the dough. But look how pretty. So 6 cookies, this highly decorated in 6 minutes. I won't tell you how long the ones for the customer took because it was significantly longer. But my point, again, is for the new people. Let it go and just make something. Plan the design to be something that you can go super speedy like this, okay? Everything doesn't have to be hand painted, hand detailed, little tiny stitching. Like everything doesn't have to be like the super detailed display pieces that I show you guys how to make, okay? But look how cool this cookie is. It's a cool cookie, right? I do, Barbara. I also, let me see if it popped up here. I liked the hump look for this cookie. I've never used my scraps to do cookies like this, but now that I've seen how it causes the icing to flow, I may have to swap that up. Because I like it. It actually looks more geode looking, more rock looking. But you guys saw, right? Super easy. So you're using a sterling pearl, so it's totally food safe. You can do it with lemon extract, so you don't have to worry about it for the kids. And I used 2 very different shades of blue. We've got the white in the center. I was able to draw in some of that cool, fun, edible metallic by putting that on top of the rock candy. I added that second sugar. The reason I added that is because I like that little fine sugar because it has the mica already in it. There's so many things you could use these for, but how fun is this? These are going to be, I don't have the picture for the customer yet. I don't have that because those are all at the store. And I did not have time to set that up. I didn't want to move them. I didn't want to risk getting fracture lines in my icing. So they were all on the cooling rack, the drying rack when I left the store. And I just brought the scrap cookies home. Now, guys, if this really bothers you, it does not bother me. If it runs off anymore, I'm just going to leave it. But if it does bother you, because I know some of you it will, do you see how it's got these little feet that are coming off, like right there, coming off the cookie? Just take your boo-boo stick or your thingamajiggy and just pull that off. Once it crusts so that you can actually cut downward and it's not going to pull everything off, just pull that off. Okay, you don't need to do anything else to it. And I kind of, on this one, let me show you on this one. This one's got a nice foot coming over the cookie. So I'll probably leave it. It's cute looking. But no one's eating these. These are just some I'm going to take pictures of tomorrow. Becky, how cool would it be to make these in red? If I had thought about it, I might have made my scrap ones in purple, but I didn't think about, I already had these blues mixed up for a springtime project that I've been working on for you guys. So I didn't even think about mixing up purple, but I would have loved to have done these as an amethyst cookie. So what do you think? You could do this, couldn't you? You could totally. You haven't seen this before, Sally? They had some they had geode cookies in the spring marathon last year. That's cool. So if you have the cookie-a-thon thing from last year, maybe you can find that video. Hey, Becky, you would try these. Good, good, good. Laura, thank you so much. Allison is here. Hello. How are you doing tonight? Let's see. So much fun. All right. Well, that's all I have for you guys tonight, unless you have, unless you guys have a question. Now, please keep in mind, there are like 50 different ways, probably more, to do geode cookies. I'm just showing to try to hook the beginners and get them in here and show you can make a cookie that looks like you've been making cookies for a really long time. And, they're super fancy by just planning your steps, planning how you make your dough, and getting started. The main thing is just get started. And you're all normally very freaked out by the consistency of icing. Look how good it looks, even if the icing is more runny than it should be, huh? Oh, Kathy. Kathy's right. Do you want to do that tonight? Are you guys, okay, so I got a bunch of goodies in the mail. I could go off and come back, so that's a separate video. And I would love to do that, but you guys tell me over in the comments, like start hitting the heart button or start saying yes. Just put a bunch of yeses in the comment area. And if you want me to come back on, I'll take these off, get them moved so that they don't crack, because I want them to look good for the photography picture. But if you guys want to see that bag of goodies, I'll come back on and show you that tonight, because it's only a couple minutes before 9 my time. Oh, good. Okay, so lots of you want to see the goodie bag. Okay. All right. So let's see. Kathy, Becky, Sally, Nicole, Sharon, Camille. Okay, yes. Okay, so Vicky. So I'll end this video. Give me about 5 minutes to get all of this out of the way so I don't dump anything on the floor in the cookie studio. And then I will come back and show you all the goodies. And I got more today. How fun is this? All right, I'll be back in a little bit. Thank you to my ladies that sent me stars. How much fun is that? I'm so glad it's working. Super excited. All right, and I will see all of you in just a few minutes, okay? Make sure I'm not going to send out another text alert, though, because by the time I send it, it will be in our what's considered our silent time for text alerts, because it'll be after 9 p.m. Eastern. So you guys just watch the Facebook alert, and I'll put the 5-minute countdown on. That'll give you plenty of time to get back to me when it pops up, okay? All right, see you in a few minutes. Bye, guys.